So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose. Hi everybody, Martha here. So this is for Donkey Kong, since Donkey Kong will appear in the new Mario movie, uh, played by Seth Rogen. We're not gonna basically I cover part of what Donkey Kong's history, since it starts off where Mario starts it, and basically they based among they got the idea from King Kong from the 30s, and I think they almost got sued for doing that too, actually. Um, but this one, I already so like I said, I already did the beginning of it, which basically started in 1981 in Japan with Donkey Kong, and where Donkey Kong messes with Mick Mario slash Jumpman by kidnapping his girlfriend at the time, Paulina, um, and making a chase, an endless chase basically, until you save her. And then they go after. Then Mario kidnaps his son. Go ahead, kidnaps Donkey Kong, and Mario's the villain in this version. A year later, so basically, and then now a company called this is the one we're going to talk about mostly in this video, is Donkey Kong Country, which is a 16-bit, and technically the very first game that has rain appear in it, was made back in 1994, November 1994, for the Super Nintendo. So I'm not going to show in this first, I'm not going to show every single system. I'm just going to stay with the game that I know of. During this, it was originally made for the Super Nintendo. It was made by Nintendo did, but also Rare was the one who Nintendo let Rare, a different developer company, develop this one. It was directed by Tim Stamp and Chris Stamp. Are they brothers? I'm thinking these two. Yeah, they're brothers. Looks like. We have Chris Stotler as the producer. We have, how many artists do we have here? We have Steve Meyer, Kevin Burson, Mark Stevenson, Aiden Smith are the artists. We got two writers, Greg Martin and Daniel Owens, David Wise. These are the composers. Evelyn Norson and Robin Beanland are the composers. So, anyway, so this one was about Donkey Kong fighting a crocodile. Never could really beat this one by myself without having a sibling nearby to help me out. And he has what was supposed to be Junior Donkey Kong Junior, but ended up being Diddy Kong instead, which is which is Donkey Kong's nephew. Everybody thinks this is the original Donkey Kong's, who might be Cranky Kong. grandkid. So, and Diddy Kong is his nephew. So, and they're trying to basically save the bananas from a crocodile or island, basically. And that's what this one is about. So now let's go to. It's a really great game. It's really hard. Um, but I liked it. It was fun for the time I was able to play it back when I was a little kid. And it also has there's such to more right there. Let's go into Donkey Kong Country 2 and see what do we get out of that. I don't know how much I'm gonna do with this one, but I'm gonna do the best I can with what I can remember off the top of my head. Then I'll look up the ones later that I can add later. Maybe I'll do part two, but these are the ones I know by off the top of my head that I have played in the past as a little kid. Now, I own Donkey Kong Country. This one, Donkey Kong Country 2, we never officially owned it. We always rented it from the. We didn't have Blockbuster in our town. We had some small family owned one, I think. It was called like something adventure, basically, and which is like a lot of rental stores are no longer there, and now something else. And this is Diddy and his girlfriend Disky, starting to say Donkey Kong from the Crocodile, and this one came out a year later, November 20th, 1995, made for the Super Nintendo. Let's see how much this is, like how much of the same developers were made by the same exact how much, because Rare is still making the games for this. And this one was really hard. I never beaten it by myself. I don't know, like I said, we rented it, and we were lucky if we got to keep our save on there, because other people rented it. So you gotta make sure you can't, when you rent a game, you can't expect for it to save. Other people will erase your game memory so they can make one too, and you are usually we only get this game for about 2 days, like the most, unless we rent it on a holiday weekend. We get it for 3. So mostly we do it during the weekend. We'll go there Friday and rent it because they would not be open on Sundays and on Saturdays and Sundays. And if it's a holiday, they wouldn't be open either. So then we would get it for 4 days. So longer the better. More time you get to play it, and the further you get along in it. So, let's see how much we got. Tim. Most are the same same people here. It looks like that worked on the first one, and looks like. So I'm not gonna repeat myself here. Same people who worked on the last one worked on this one. And basically the same thing, same concept, except for you start on a ship instead of an island, and you're trying to save Donkey Kong. So basically the same idea. Super Nintendo. Trying to think. A lot of the bad guys that you face on here are somewhat a little bit harder. You could say, but somewhat basic concept. Of an idea. Now let's go to Donkey Kong 3, which is basically the same thing Donkey Kong 2 was for me. I did not own that one either physically. I just rented it from the same exact spot and from the same exact place, and multiple times, and played it as long as those times available. Like Donkey Kong 2, never was able to beat it because we didn't have long enough. This is basically Diddy and Dixie and their, I think, Donkey Kong and his girlfriend's son, or Disky's cousin, or something like that. I'm not really sure what this baby is. Um, Relationship to Disky, but I think it's a baby version of So basically, the great grandson to Donkey Kong. Let me see if we can find the name of it, of him. I think it's a this. I'm trying to see if there's a name around here, but I think it's the same. This one came out November 1st, 1996. So each of them came a year apart. Out. So let's go to the Wikipedia page and find out what's this character's name. Because I have not played this game in like forever. So, we got Disky. That's. So I'm gonna find that character's name. Hold on, let me pause. Okay, so Casey is the name of the baby gorilla here, and he. So we somewhat got some of the same exact people who worked on the last one. I see somewhat the same people here. Basically, who worked on the last one, worked on the last two. They look pretty close to the same people. So that's cool. So, let me see. What else we got here? So that's all I know about that one. And like I said, did not play this one very much. And most of the time you're like on a boat and helping a bunch of beavers and stuff like that. And or bears or something like that. Beavers slash bears. So that's all I can remember off the top of my head. What happens in the game. So let's go to learning about Donkey Kong 64 and see what we got from here. Because now we're on Donkey Kong 64, and oh yeah, he was in looks like Donkey Kong Jr. was in a Mario Kart game. Let's do that one next. Okay, Mario Kart, which was on the Super Nintendo, was made in the year. Where is the year? But basically, there's only like 8 people you can play as, and Donkey Kong Jr. is one of them. We got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Toad, one of the Koopas, and Yoshi are the ones you can pick. And this one was made back in 1992, August 27th. I also played this one on my Super Nintendo. This one I owned, and it was fun. It was just basically having fun. They had fun. They decided not to fight each other for one weekend and decided to have a kart party. Yay! Called Truce. So there you guys go for that one. Yep. We also don't do the Rainbow Road, and I'm happy we get to see the Rainbow Road in the movie. So let's go back to look up Donkey Kong 64, which I don't think I ever played. Because I didn't really own a 64. We rented one a couple times when we were kids. Back then, you could rent a whole entire console and rent 2 games, but you had to return it later. So, so let me see. Let me look it up. Say put down 60. Okay, backspace. 64. And time to look. And like I said, never played this one really. I heard it's really hard to complete. Let's see how much this. It has a different director. It looks like George Gertz Ansterler. I'll put the name right there. But looks like most of the same people worked on it. Like it has one of the same artists, one the producers. I think this is a new composer, Grant Chrismore. It was made 1999, November 22nd. It was on the 64, and yeah, I heard like you get to pick between between four different characters. Like I don't know which characters are the same, which ones are different. The only ones I know that are the same are Donkey Kong and Diddy. I don't know who these other two are because I never really played it. You can tell me who these other two characters are. It doesn't look like Disky. I don't think that's her. Might be somebody else, and that's definitely not the baby all grown up. So let me know of who these other two monkeys slash gorilla is. So let's see. Let me think. Another game that I know was on the Wii. Let me see. I'll go back to the bottom of the page and see what game I can find that is pretty close to this. I know there was one on the Wii that I never played before. There is four on the Wii, looks like. We got this is on GameCube. This is the drumming game. This one came out night. This one's called Donkey Kong Jumbo Beat, which is basically on the GameCube where you play with drums. And different people made this one. Okay, now do I really have to try to say these names? Please, I don't want to try. But I'll put pictures of them if I can find any. December 16th, 2004. So, yeah, there you go. And mostly, these are all Japanese names. And I don't really want to I don't want to try butchering them. So, if I can find a picture of them, I'll put a picture and their names in front of, beneath them. So, sorry, I don't really want to try butchering them. I'm trying to be respectful. So that is that one. Let me see. We'll go down here. Never played this one. Never. So we got one that might be on the Switch. It might be on the Switch. The Wii. This is called Donkey Kong Country Returns, and what count? This one is on the Wii. Yay! We found the one on the Wii. So this one came out in 2013. Never played this one. Wish I did. I did own a Wii. Just never. My parents decided to go to stick with Mario and never buy me a Donkey Kong game ever again. So if I ever do see another Donkey Kong game on the Switch, I will try my best to buy it. Because I really miss playing that gorilla and hanging out with his monkey nephew. Which does that make sense? Nope, it doesn't. So that must come out now November 21st, 2010. Yay, some names I can actually say. So Brian Walker, Ken Dosser, director producer. Designer. Kendra Pearl, Mike, since Tom. I try my best to say these names. Tim Little, and Ken Joy, and Ken Yoshido. See, that's what I get for trying to say a Japanese name. I butcher it. Is a composer, and so that is that game. Don't know what happens to it. I think it's basically make sure you get the bananas back from the crocodile, yada yada, or protect the animals. I think it is. Never played this game. I might have watched somebody play it on YouTube, but that might be basically it. So let's go down to the next one. Like I said, this is basically me going to look up games I never even think I would ever touch. Basically, this is Country Tropical Breeze, which is came out 2014, February 14th. Valentine's Day, cool. You got Ryan Hurst as director, V Joy, and this is for the Wii U. Kendra Bass and Stephen Drew and Aaron Walker and Ryan Poller, Will Bass, David Wise are all the people who made it. Yay! Compose ones I can somewhat pronounce. Good for them. So this is for the Wii U, and this is probably the same basic concept. A lot of these games are the same concept. Save bananas from mean crocodile, and or save some animals from being hypnotized. Probably. That's all I can remember. And you play, and looks like Diskies in this one with Donkey Kong and Diddy, and there's also Cranky right here. It looks right there. And so what else should I touch during this little history thing? Now I know there's whole bunch of ones that Mario and him did versus when he's trying to save him from Paulina. Ones I think were all on the handheld systems. Now let me see how long this video is and see if I would actually bother doing those ones, or should I do another part? Come back to it later. So we're gonna finish it off a little bit. Do a little bit of the name all the games that other games besides the Donkey Kong games that Mario and Donkey Kong fought in, which is Mario versus Donkey Kong, which is a Game Boy Advance game. It came out in May 2024. And let's go down here. And basically all of them have pretty much the same plot. This one came, and the next one is the match of the minis. And that one's also as a DS game. September 25th, 2006. March the Minis again, which came out, and it was for the DS Wave. Never even heard of that one. 2009, June 8th. Miniland Marina. That was November 2010. That was also the DS. Mario and Donkey Kong mini moves. That was for the Wii. Donkey Kong, this one, the Triple Star, Wii U, 2015, March 5th. And the last one, this was for the Switch, but I might be able to try, since I have the Switch, when I have extra dough when there's not one game coming out. Because this is the Amiibo challenge. This one came out in 2016, and like I said, it was for the. No, this says for the Wii. It says Wii U and DS3. Maybe they will make a version for the Switch, or maybe it's on the store. I'll look when I have extra money to spare. When it's not a game on the Switch or on the PS5 that's coming out. So there's your guys' history of Donkey Kong. Besides the fact that Seth Rogen's going to play him in the movie, let me see if we can find any other TV shows that he had. Saturday's Super Call. I want to try. I might see if I can find that online and watch that for myself eventually. I've never even heard of this one. Saturday's Super Call Grade. It came out 1983 to 1984, and it was a TV show. It had, how many episodes did it have? It had 2 seasons, 26 episodes. And I might do this one as its own history thing. But let me see. It had a lot of Donkey Kongs on here. It has Frogger, so I guess this was a show that had a whole bunch of different cartoon stuff. So I might do this. Had this whole history thing. Save it for itself, its own episode. I don't remember to do it though. And I already did that. Captain and Master. I guess he must have had an appearance on that one. But I've heard of that one before. I just never watched it. Let me know if you guys want me to do a history about those 2 shows. These 2 shows. So that's basically it. There's also another film before Donkey Kong for the Mario movie that was called King of Kongs. That was made back in 2007. So there you guys go for that one. Let me see, there's another thing. And last thing. Hang on, here I'm going to talk about before I end it. And that is Pixels? Yeah, he appeared in that movie. I never watched the whole thing, but yep, he appeared in that movie. So I'll see you guys later. Like, share, and subscribe, and bye-bye. A ballerina?
Alright. That's a go.
So basically this demon... Get him, donkey!
Oh my god, okay.
You're going against a gorilla!
Not sure if you know
think
who
you
I
could
am.
win?
But I'm about to rule the world.
Wow,
Yeah.
yay.
But there's one problem. There's a human, has a mustache, just
Which
like
is?
you.
Do you think I
Yeah,
know every
wrong
human
color,
being with
though.
a mustache wearing an identical outfit with a hat?